Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. In Bhagavadgita, chapter 2, verse 54, Arjuna asked Lord Krishna 4 questions. I am repeating the verse, then I will tell all the 4 questions. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha, samadhisthasya kesava, sthitadhi kim prabhasheta, kimasita brajeta kim. The 4 questions are embedded in this verse, that is verse 54 of chapter 2. What are the 4 questions? Question number 1. O Krishna, please tell me, please let me know, how is Sthita Prajna, that is a person of enlightened persons, what is his language? Question number 1. How does he speak? Question number 2. How does he sit? Question number 3. How does he walk? Question number 4. To repeat, Ka Bhasha, Sthita Prajna, enlightened persons, Ka Bhasha, Bhasha means language. Ka Bhasha, what is the language? That is a literal meaning. What is the meaning inside it? That is, what are the symptoms of a Sthita Prajna? How I will understand when I meet a person that this person is an enlightened person? What are the symptoms? Question number 2. Kim Prabhasheta, what does he speaks? In life, we always react. Positive, negative. Someone praises us, we react positive manner. Somebody criticizes, we again react in a negative manner. How a Sthita Prajna, how an enlightened person will react? That is, how does he speak? This reaction, both internally and externally. Question number 3. How does he sit? Here, the literal meaning is sitting. Actual meaning is, purposeful meaning is, how he restrains the senses. There are 5 senses, 5 horses running after the sense pleasures. How enlightened persons control the senses. Next, Kim Brajeta, how does he walk? Walk means throughout the life, we walk among the 5 senses only. A common man reacts in a particular manner to the 5 senses, whereas a Sthita Prajna, an enlightened person, how he reacts. So these are the 4 questions Arjuna asked. 1. What are the symptoms of enlightened persons? 2. How enlightened persons react? 3. How enlightened persons restrains their senses? 4. How enlightened persons walks through the senses? We are also walking through the senses. Enlightened persons also walking through the senses. How they do walk? So, all these 4 questions have been answered by Lord Krishna from verse 55 to verse 71. The first question, today we are dealing, what are the symptoms of a Sthita Prajna? That is verse 2.55. In verse 55, Lord Krishna answered the question raised by Arjuna in verse 54. Answer. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatam atmanyev atmana tushtaha sthita prajnastathotyate. Prajahati yada kaman. Yada. In this verse, 2 words are used. Yada and tada. Yada, when. To whom and when I can call a person as Sthita Prajna or an enlightened person. When? There are 2 conditions to be satisfied as per verse 55. 1. Condition number 1. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatam. Partha, Arjuna, manogatam, from the mind. Thousands, lakhs, crores of desires continuously do come. There is no end. Prajahati gives up. Sarvan, totally, not partially. Kaman, desires. Manogatan, coming from the mind. When a person gives up all the desires which springs from the mind, that person can be called a sthita prajna. You may ask me a question, how a person can give up all the desires? I have to walk, I have to talk, I have to take bath, I have to eat, I have to survive, I have to work in the society. I am not a stone. Here the answer is, in every work, don't find selfishness. Ask one question, how this work is contributing to the society? How this work is contributing to the Krishna consciousness? Say you are taking care of your son, or you are taking care of your daughter, or you are taking care of your family members. You are serving the society. You are giving a good son to the society if he becomes highly qualified, highly cultured person. So you are investing time in developing a cultured person. Take care of your family. If everybody takes care of the family, the world becomes heaven. You have more time, then take care of the children of the society. There are so many orphans are there. Your duty is to refine the knowledge of all the people. First refine your own knowledge. First you be in Krishna consciousness. Then see, there should be no selfishness in any of your desires. In one way or other, it must contribute to the Krishna consciousness. Those desires are not counted here. This verse is not telling you to give up those desires. In chapter 3, Karma Yoga, Lord Krishna again said, you will not stay even 1 minute also without doing a new job. You will continuously do something. That something, according to this verse, must be unselfish, must be for the welfare of the society, must be in Krishna consciousness. So those works will not be counted. Other than that, anything you do, that will be counted. So other than that, which is falling outside Krishna consciousness, which is selfish oriented, which is not welfare oriented to the society, must be given up. Prajahati yada kaman. This is condition 1. Sarvan partha manogatan. Sarvan. Again I am repeating the word sarvan. Not partially, totally. Totally. Continuously ask yourself, how can I protect the society? How can I do welfare to the society? How every activity of mine will lead me towards divine consciousness, towards God consciousness, towards Krishna consciousness. Yes, it is leading to. Yes, you have done your job. Condition 2. Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha. Tushtaha, satisfied. Sthita prajna. He is satisfied where? Not in the external pleasures, but in Krishna consciousness. A purified mind enjoys the Atman. Atmanye atmana tushtaha. He derives pleasure not from the external environment, but from the internal environment. We have ocean of happiness inside you. You are yourself sthita prajna. Once we reach Krishna consciousness, we derive continuous pleasure. That ananda never goes. That pleasure continuously remains. These worldly pleasures are temporary. They come, they go. But Krishna conscious pleasure, once we reach that level, each work of ours is in Krishna consciousness and we start enjoying, that pleasure will always remain with us, life after life. So, 2 conditions are to be satisfied to call a person of enlightened person. Condition number 1, all activities must be welfare oriented to the world. All activities must be touched by Krishna consciousness, God consciousness, good consciousness, whatever you call it. There should be no selfishness in any of the activities. This is condition number 1. Condition number 2, he must derive pleasure from Krishna consciousness. He must derive pleasure in the Atman. There should be no external thing which will give him pleasure. This Atman itself he should be able to enjoy all the pleasures. He should not run after the external things for deriving pleasure. I have seen a beautiful picture, I am enjoying. Pleasure is inside. All these external pleasures, they are temporary. So steadfastness in Krishna consciousness will give a permanent pleasure. These are the two conditions. If these two conditions are satisfied, tada, yada tada, yada, when condition 1 and condition 2 are satisfied, tada, then I will call you, or I will call that person a man of enlightened person. Sthita prajna. This is the answer given by Lord Krishna to the question put by Arjuna in the previous verse. As I told you, there are 4 questions. The first question is answered. So, how this change will happen in a person? What is the take home? You take the case of a small child. He spends a lot of time in toys. He derives pleasure from that. Slowly, as the age advances, he changes his pleasures. He changes the goalpost. He may like to play cricket or football, volleyball, sports, going to school. The pleasures are unlimited. It continuously changes. So we are discarding a thing which was giving pleasure to us some time back, and we are taking a new thing which will give pleasure now. After some time, this also we will discard and go to a new one. In the same process, go to Krishna consciousness. Go to such things which will give you continuous pleasure. All these other things are temporary, the pleasure coming and pleasure going. So if we develop the taste for Krishna consciousness, we will develop the taste for eternal happiness. Next question. When I will get the salvation? Very simple, very simple. It is in your hands. Ask, is each and every work of yours is in Krishna consciousness? Is in God consciousness? Are you asking this question, will Lord Krishna approve this? Or will God approve this work of mine? Yes, 100%. It is not wrong. It is accepted by the scriptures. It is according to dharma. Yes, that day salvation starts. So salvation is not in the hands of any guru. Salvation is not in the hands of any, I mean to say, scripture or God. Salvation is in your own hands. Yada tada. Why don't you start from now onwards that each and every activity of yours is Krishna consciousness? Is approved by the God? Or one more word is used, manogata. This mind, you may recall of these births, various activities, karmas. But this mind, that subtle mind, consists of crores and crores of births you have already taken in your previous births. Accumulated samskaras are there. At the appropriate time, they come onto the surface. All those things must be prajahati, must be given up. Again, in 4th chapter of Bhagavadgita, you will read in the Jnana Yoga, Jnanagni dagdha karmani. When fire comes in your mind, all these accumulated vasanas will be get burnt. They will not be there. You are sitting in a dark room and asking a question. When this darkness will go away? Put on the switch. When the light is on, there is no darkness. In the same manner, when Krishna consciousness arises in your mind, and when you start deriving pleasure in Atman, that day, manogatan, from your mind, all the desires will go automatically given up. You are not required to do. It is not the thing to be done. No person in this world can say that I can sit for 1 hour without any thoughts. No, no, no. The mind is not under your control. Thoughts do come, thoughts do come, thoughts do come. From where they come, how they are coming, nobody can say. But what we can do, we can channelize those thoughts into Krishna consciousness. I will read Bhagavad-Gita. I will chant Gayatri Mantra 1000 times. I will say Om Namah Shivaya 100 times. Like this, if you train your mind and get it occupied, reading the scriptures, chanting stotras, chanting Bhagavad-Gita, chanting various mantras, or doing japa, in this way, occupied, a time will come. The light will arise, the Jnanagni the fire will come in your mind and all the accumulated samskaras will be burnt. That is this message. So to conclude, the take home is, there are only 2 points. You want salvation? You want liberation? Do 2 things only. Try to derive pleasure in all your works through Krishna consciousness. If you develop this habit, it will take a long time. You have to train your mind. Definitely, you will reach salvation. You can be called person of enlightened person. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.